Hey, this is Avalis speaking, doing a One Piece chapter review 995. And we start off with the cover page, and it's finally over. We get a fleshly fan request cover page, I believe, and it's Luffy trying to study, and typical Luffy just falling asleep. He has his own, the Kabuto t shirt, and these two squirrels right here. Not much to look at. Well, it's a little interesting, but it's finally no, so that's good. And now we go to the beginning of the chapter, and we see Marco clashing with Big Mom. And it's a pretty. The fact that Marco's actually clashing with Big Mom tells that Marco is not afraid of Big Mom, but in a way he is also afraid of her because he states here that he fully understands just how dangerous she can truly be. And this is probably coming back from the Whitebeard himself. And we see that Marco seems to have an advantage in flames, but then again, Phoenix flames in all the iterations, they've always been kind of they're not actually fire. They're supposed to be some sort of mythical fire or something like that, an eternal flame or something like that. I believe it also stated that Marco can't age, and this corresponds. And he does state that my Phoenix flame have special properties, and they appear to be pushing back Prometheus. And Zeus appears to be knocked out too. But then Big Mom in a second immediately turns the battle. She just grabs Marco from a chokehold, and Marco looks like there's nothing he can do. And she doesn't even look like she's using haki. And she gives Perospero the order to kill. And Perospero states like in the past there were times he wanted to kill him more than now. So Perospero is actually not really didn't want to really kill Marco. Because Marco's kind of like, if you think about it, Marco's a loose cannon. He can join anyone he wants, and he'll be a huge asset to whoever he joins. But now he's decided to join the Straw Hats. He even states that he doesn't really know his role here yet. That's why he wants to stop Big Mom. And Marco armament hages an arrow and aims for Marco. But then come Carrot and I forgot her name. The dog girl. And completely slash Perospero's face. Big Mom immediately knows it's Sulong, and Marco is a little shocked. Perospero gets pushed back, and it's pretty ironic. Like Perospero just keeps getting put down by the minx. And he states, he's the one who killed Pedro. And Perospero states something very obvious, like he blew himself up. It wasn't his doing, and he's kind of right. Perospero didn't actually kill him. He just blew himself up. But then his sacrifices allowed them to move forward into the battle here. So it's looking like it's going to be 2 versus 1, which is a little bit unfair. But then you have to remember that Sulong is temporary. So the battle could switch once their Sulong form runs out. Because Perospero, he has survived a lot. He's shown he's durable. So that's pretty much it. And Big Mom immediately bails. And you see like Zeus and Prometheus are completely X'd out. Like they're completely drained. And she says she doesn't want to deal with this squabble. And she states if Marco wants to kill him, she says something odd here. You'll have to do it another time. I don't have the soul weapons to spare on you. And in other translations, it just states she doesn't have the souls to spare on him. And what does that mean? We do understand that Prometheus and Zeus are part of her. That means she left all her other souls back in Whole Cake Island, I think. Does that mean this Big Mom is, in a way, pseudo-nerfed? Because of that? Could be. And then, yeah, the battle switch out. But Marco hears the screams, and Big Mom is headed towards the ice Oni, and Marco hears the screams and states what's going on over there. So Marco's about to enter the main battlefield, where pretty much most of the cast is. And we see Zoro giving chase, not getting lost. And Apu is running for his life. it's gonna be interesting to see the outcome of this. But Apu doesn't seem to speak like he doesn't seem to be like really pissed off with Queen in a way like, oh my god, I hate him. He probably knew this is how Queen operates, so he expected something like this. That's why he wanted to get out, but it was too late. And then Zoro and Drake just clash with Apu. Zoro states that he's wasting his time on him. He just wants to get up to help Kinemon. And he used some sort of baton here to block with armor Mahaki too. Pretty cool. And Drake says he's always hated him. I wonder why the animosity is there. And Drake's in his hybrid form too. Kudos to Apu. He's blocking both of them at the same time, and that's a pretty impressive feat if you ask me. Like, and then we see, where was I? Yeah, like that's pretty impressive. But can he win against both of them? No, I don't think so. And then we go to Queen cursing Drake for turning coat. And then Queen wants to take out number 2s and number 3s quickly. And he states something interesting here. He's like a little surprised that Sanji is the son of Vince Smoke judge. So this to me tells me he knows who Vince Smoke judges, which also states could possibly know he knows who Vegapunk is. And then we also have a factor in that he literally creates plagues. And if you think about that's like chemistry research. Like he does chemistry research. So he's a scientist in a way. So that's pretty interesting. Could lead to theories, but who knows? We'll see where that. And then we see something interesting. Baroque actually got infected, but nothing happened to him. And Baroque's actually celebrating, saying he's invincible. But then Chopper appears to discover some sort of crucial hint to this virus. But then we realize that Chopper has been infected. Now, what does this mean? Ice Oni Chopper. Like rampaging Ice Oni Chopper. This is going to be. He's going to wreak major havoc. But this also means, in my opinion, this could not be facts, that Oda has realized that there's 3 overpowered doctors in the battlefield. And Oda is probably trying to neutralize one of them. And that one of them is Chopper. If Chopper goes on a rampage, that means all his doctor qualities go down the roof. Down the drain. They're no longer viable. That means for medical purposes, we only have Law and Marco to deal with. Which is a little bit too hacked still, but this is probably Oda trying to balance the field because he doesn't want Chopper like recovering everyone. And Marco is most likely going to be fighting, so he's not going to have time to do doctor stuff. And then we get to one of 2 best girls, Ulti. Ulti doing her Ulti thing. They're giving chase, and she gets caught by the devil, or what. And he states by this carnivorous plant. And Usopp states something like melt her down. And these type of plants have been known to like use acid to melt down people, so kudos to him. And then she yells out, "Oh, help me, Pepe." Pepe still helps her, but he also states like she's just acting like she could have got out of this by herself, and that's kind of true. This is like low tier stuff. And Usopp is injured already, and he has a broken tooth apparently. I wonder if he can grow it back like Luffy and Brook, which I'm hoping not, because Luffy is different. And they kill the plant, and he's like crying, and he does like bamboo javelin, and this is pretty much like insignificant to them, and they even say like this is a waste of time. You can see like page 1 gets impaled in the head and everything, and nothing happens, and Ulti just holds one down. Then she just charges, and Ulti does a headbutt, and Usopp says something funny. He says, "Not again." That means he's been headbutted before. And we see this clash between, like, completely. We see an X-ray vision, and Usopp has a definitely concussion here. His skull cracks, and then we see a nice pose of Nami, and she's all battered and bruised, like just like I predicted. They do not stand chance against Page One and Ulti. Like they need to switch opponents ASAP, like super fast. Now Ulti goes to Nami, and Nami's gonna pull. Nami does something really clutch here, really nice. Ulti is pretty much pissed off that she stated she was gonna beat Kaido, Luffy, and she wants Nami to admit that Luffy is pretty much never gonna become Pirate King and he's gonna be a failure. And Usopp's actually like that's the right thing, live on, and he completely knocked out because his eyes are faded out. So Usopp is done. Well, temporary. We know Usopp has mad durability, but I don't think his durability is gonna be able to make him somehow. Because you need something more than durability to beat Ulti and Page 1. Because these dude they pack huge physical strength and huge durability that supersedes Usopp and Nami. So these are not the correct opponents for them. So Nami facing Death in the Eye. Well, it's Oda. She's not gonna really die. So, but in a way, she's like, and we also see Panda Man. Like, oh my God, what is it with these abominations? If you look at this, if you look at the Panda Man, you see where the guy's head is. These are his feet. That means that guy is protruding from the panda's ass. What happens when that panda wants to take care of business in the bathroom? Like, it's the same thing with the rooster head. But Jinbei classically knocks him out. Like, get out of here. Now back to Nami's moment. Nami actually states that Luffy will definitely become a Pirate King while she cries and bleeding. This is pretty impressive. I like Nami because of that. Because she understands, and she says, does state that Luffy will never give up giving until he becomes Pirate King. So it's either he dies or becomes Pirate King. Or he dies trying to become Pirate King. It's one of those two. And Nami understands that that's the way Luffy will go. He'll die trying before he gives up. And she'll follow in a way. Personally, I think Boa and Luffy are a better match if it's going to be couples. Because I don't think Oda introduced that love for like just nothing. Oda doesn't really do that. When he introduced something, it always comes to clutch later on. And there's never been like declarations of love between Nami. And he's always stated like between the crews, there's gonna be no love. But then we see Luffy actually for the first time having someone that really loves him, and that's Boa Hancock. And Luffy actually appreciates Boa Hancock, so that's saying something. And then we go, she actually states no, and then Ulti's like, okay, then you're gonna die. Well, headbutt, which. And then also, too, Nami states she was gonna say again, so has she been headbutted already? And we have to remember, Nami's durability is also very impressive, too. Because when, in, what was it, in Punk Hazard, when they swap bodies between Sanji and him, and Sanji was using Nami's body, Sanji, I think, stated something about Nami being very durable because he was doing like his kicks and everything. And he stated that Nami's body is very durable, which is kudos to Nami. And then we see a big X Factor appear. Right before the headbutt, O Tama has finally revealed. So it was O Tama this whole time, the one ghosting Jinbei and robbing. So she's up here gonna bail him out. Sorry about that. And why is she an X Factor? As we all know, O Tama's powers are sort of pseudo broken. Well, they're not broken as long as they apply to the gifters or to the low tier devil fruits, like the fake devil fruits. But if her powers apply to full-fledged Zoan type devil fruits, then we have a huge problem here. We have, potentially speaking, I wouldn't say a plot hole because but a conveniently placed power that doesn't really make sense. Because if you state this, O Tama was introduced in the first chapter, I believe, of Wano, and her power was introduced in the first chapter. This was a huge problem. The reason I believe that because Oda pretty much put a power to counter the entire zone category devil fruits. If you understand, that's really bad. That's really bad. Then again, if you think about the delivery, it's not really that good because she has to take a chunk. But then we have Usopp, the king of snipers, so that could be a problem. And then we also have to think about the factors. Does she have limitations of how many she can control? Like, let's say she gives it to Ulti because Ulti is so strong. Now she's only limited to Ulti. That means she can't give fruits out. Her fruits won't work to anyone else anymore because Ulti is strong. That means Ulti could switch out, which I hope she doesn't because I really like her dynamic between Page 1 and her. I don't want her character to change. She's cool like she is. But what happens if she gives it to Page 1? So it's very interesting what could happen here. I'm hoping it just works for like the fake devil fruits and that's it. Because then it won't be that broken. But if it doesn't, we'll find out in the next chapter. Anyway, it's a good chapter. It advances the story a little bit. Mostly action packed. Or like clashes. Mostly clashes. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Peace out.